All right. Good evening. Good to see you and welcome to our Vision Life team Zoom meeting. And I'd particularly like to welcome any new guests with us and all of our loyal and wonderful distributors. So good to have you with us and welcome. The purpose of our Zoom meeting is to explore relevant topics that will enable you to build your business strongly and also to give you the best of health. So tonight's topic, as you know, is specifically about men's health. We'll be talking about men's health and the importance of men's health. The saying, health is your greatest wealth. We all have heard that saying, but to verify that saying, all you've got to do is take a look at any of the local hospitals and you'll understand just exactly how important health is to someone. It's your greatest wealth. Now, men's health doesn't only embrace the absence of disease. Men's health is far greater, and women's health as well. But obviously, men's health we're talking about, it requires a good diet for a start. Men's health requires a certain amount of exercise, a certain amount of discipline, and above all, a good attitude and expectation of having good health. These things are very much part of it. Now, just to give you a bit of background, my name is Rory McDermott. I've been part of Neolife now. This is my 46th year in the business, which is quite some time. But my dear wife, Nola, and I joined. We were young, newlyweds. We were looking for a way that we could live the life of our dreams. We were ambitious and we were looking for opportunity. And, you know, little did we know at the time the impact Neolife, our joining Neolife, what impact it would have on our futures and on our life as people. And so it's had a great impact on our lives and all for the good. And we're very thrilled about that. Now, through Neolife, we have learned a lot of things, but mainly we've learned about the power of having a good positive attitude. A good positive attitude is a very powerful asset to have. And we were taught about attitude, the importance of attitude and goal setting, the importance of health and good nutrition. We learned so much about the body and how to nurture and feed the body correctly. And we've also learned how to living on sound principles and philosophies, how that has helped us and guided us to having a successful life. And, you know, success is not only money in the bank, it's so many things. Health, it's wealth, it's family, it's spiritual wealth and health. So these are all very important things. Now, Neolife has a motto, and the motto is simply this: to end the trend of chronic disease. And chronic disease is both physical and financial, and there's so much of it out there. And, you know, tonight we are really privileged to have a dear friend of ours and a colleague for many, many years. His name is Dr. Barry Bland. He's has a medical background. He is specialized in anesthetics. He has over time learned so much about nutrition and the support nutrition can give you to be healthy. And so, Barry, I see you on there. If you just switch on your mic and let's get going. And over to you, Barry. Nice to have you with us. Welcome. Good to have you with us.
Hi, Rory. Thank you.
Great.
Appreciate that.
There we go. Right.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to be here, and it's good to be talking about men's health. I see there are a large number of ladies on the call, and so you're obviously interested in your partner's good health, and that's great. Yeah, understand that a lot of what I'll be saying obviously cross references with the ladies. There's no doubt, and with kids and all of those sorts of things. So some of the things will be more particular, but certainly I think overall it does cross reference. What are the things that men are concerned about as far as their health is concerned? I think you'll often find it starts here with the heart, and they might well be concerned about that. I think often fitness is something that is important to all of us as we go through, and there are a number of things there that we can talk about, including joints and muscle and all those sorts of things which are important. Obviously, sexual function is an issue, and I think if you look at it holistically, it's fitness and all of the things that we're going to talk about as far as cardiovascular fitness, respiratory fitness, mental fitness, part of what Rory was talking about, but there's so much more that we can do. And I think the big thing about it is that we can make a difference for ourselves. We can take control of things that we might consider to be not quite as good as they possibly are, could be, and make a difference. And I strongly believe that there are a number of things. I'm going to be talking mainly nutrition this evening, but there are so many things that we can do to assist the process of being well. And so, yes, get your mind right. Yes, exercise. Make sure that you are working hard at whatever it is that you're doing. Doesn't matter how you get effectively your cardiovascular system functioning better. If you can get that flowing well, consistently, daily, you will find the only way I can put it is that if you can get your blood flowing well, you are flushing the contaminants out of your organs. So out of your brain, out of your lungs, out of your kidneys and liver and bowel, that sort of thing. So by getting your muscles working, you can speed all of those things up. And in so doing, just benefit your good health. And that's over a lifetime, not just, oh, well, I've got something coming up shortly, I must get that organized. And the thing about doing all of that is that it certainly improves any sort of erectile dysfunction or something like that might be an issue in men. So I would like to just say that there are some ways that we can measure how we're doing. And these are a very useful range of things. And of course, this does cross-reference with women as well. But it's interesting. If you can improve your walking speed. Now, often people talk about, BMI, your body mass index, that sort of thing. But if you can improve your walking speed to greater than 3.5 kilometers an hour, that gives you a good measure of your benefit that you are getting from your exercise. It means that your muscles are working quicker, all that sort of thing. The next thing would be push-ups. Again, people who are unable to perform 10 push-ups in a row are much more likely to suffer a whole range of disease processes, health issues. And whereas if you can do 40 push-ups at a time, then you are much, much more healthy. What's interesting is even grip strength. Now, I know in this COVID environment, we avoid shaking hands, but the grip um, of your hand is very, very important. And if you can grip at a good, strong grip, you are just an indication of your good health. And then, of course, the last one is waist circumference. In men, it can be a little larger. I don't know if that's unfair to ladies than the ladies, but all of those are indications of good health, good, strong, healthy situation. Now, I believe that you can't achieve all of those unless you are well nourished. And when I say that, I'm talking about your whole diet, and you should be eating the right sorts of things. You should be eating regularly. But I do believe that purely because of the way that we receive our food these days, either they are processed before we get them, or they are, even our fresh fruit and vegetables are processed in one way or another. And Neolife, which I've been involved a long time with Rory, not as long as he is, and we certainly thank him for giving us that opportunity, which it is. It's an amazing opportunity. But the fact that we have been able to learn the sort of things that are available to us, and Neolife has really a record that is second to none. We have a range of products that are, the quality is amazing. And of course, we have these science behind it that gives us such a benefit in understanding just how the range of products that are available to us is so good. I would recommend, it's always very difficult to say to anybody in particular, but I would recommend this as a real foundational product, and that is the Pro Vitality. That Pro Vitality, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the ingredients in there, but that Pro Vitality covers such a wide spectrum of the requirements of your nutrition, male or female. But really, if you are looking to do some exercise and get some benefit from making sure that you are covering all of the things that might be deficient in your diet, and it is very easy to be deficient in the diet, really. These are the ranges of the ingredients, and a powerhouse of nutrients. And if you look on the bottom of it, you'll see that little food pyramid, which is so important to make sure that you cover the various things. So the Pro Vitality, what it contains is a multivitamin and mineral supplement, which is called the Formula 4 Plus. And that provides that whole foundational range of nutrients that are so important. The real power of the Pro Vitality is the fact that it has omega-3, and those omega-3s are so beneficial in all sorts of ways, and also the carotenoids. The carotenoids are the pigments that you find in your fruits and vegetables, and they are antioxidants and help in every single organ in the body. So if you want to be well, you need the antioxidants that are provided in a whole range of different nutrients, but also the anti-inflammatories, which is what the omega-3s are. I think a lot of people understand and know about the omega-3s, but again, Neolife's omega-3 is unique. It contains all 8 members of the omega-3 family, and they are pure, tested for 200 different contaminants, and making sure that what you're getting are the nutrients that are going to make a difference for you. So anti-inflammation in the guys who are looking to start exercising and improving their function, you'll find that the omega-3s will assist that with joint issues, with muscle inflammation, which as you start to exercise is worse. And of course, the omega-3s will help with your cardiovascular health by assisting in improving your HDLs, the cholesterol levels that are that are something that we know about and need to be concerned and make sure that what we're getting is the right thing. So, you know, if you look at what happens when the body is functioning, it produces free radicals that you need to be able to get rid of, because if you leave them around, they cause damage. And one of the ways of doing that is to exercise, and as I say, to flush those organs so that you can get those waste products into places where your body can handle it. And again, that's where that Pro Vitality will provide so much benefit for that. And of course, as I say, the anti-inflammation as you start to exercise. And of course, one of the areas where men are very different to women, and that is the prostate gland. And it is important that the prostate is getting things like the omegas that are in that Pro Vitality. Important that they're getting zinc, because that is part of the normal production of prostatic fluids, and make sure that all of those are working correctly. And in so doing, if your organs, whichever organ it happens to be, if that organ is working well, you are likely to run less risk of change in that organ. In other words, cancerous change or just degenerative change. And so if you can protect yourself, the Pro Vitality is really very, very beneficial in that. And of course, you can get the carotenoids and the salmon oil separately, but they, in combination, that I believe does provide us with such a good foundation to everything. As far as the prostate is concerned, I would always recommend men using the cruciferous. Now, the cruciferous is, again, from plants that have their flower in the shape of a cross. And the things like broccoli and peppers and those sorts of things that are not necessarily that people enjoy that much. And so, you know, by using these sorts of things, particularly with the prostate, the cruciferous can really make a big difference. And what's interesting is that there are studies to show that the cruciferous will also help in things like the lung and in the bowel, both as protective long-term for cancers in those areas. So, you know, it's important to make sure that we are getting a spectrum of those things. So, you know, that's really what we're looking for. The other major issue is protein. And protein is vital. You know, even as we're probably most of us just sitting doing nothing right now, we are breaking down protein and building it up again. But in order to rebuild it, we need the amino acids. And that is where many, many years ago, Neolife came out with the NutriShake. Now, the NutriShake is a powder, and it really is very tasty. We have, I think, I know we have the 3 different proteins, the NutriShake, the Neolife Shake, and the Sports Shake. Now, all of those are providing us with a very, very high quality range of amino acids. In other words, a balanced protein with all 22 of those amino acids that we require for protein. And what's interesting is that they have really found that if you are eating large quantities of protein at once, a lot of that protein, if you are eating more than about 20 grams at a time, that protein is not going to be reassimilated into muscle. And so you want to be having smaller meals of protein, but more frequently through the day. So if you look at protein, you should be getting between 20 and 30 grams of protein in the day. And that is exactly what you're getting from a shake, one of those shakes. You're getting about 18 to 20 grams in that shake. And so you're getting what your body can absorb and utilize. And even if you are exercising strongly, which is obviously the time that you want to be able to rebuild the muscle, by taking them in smaller quantities through the day, you are going to get a better result from that than taking very large quantities at any time, but even frequently through the day. It doesn't assist the body in doing that. And that is where research that the Neolife Scientific Advisory Board have brought about. They've been able to look at those things physiologically and make sure that what they are providing us has all of the things that I've been talking about now. So I've often said this, but I would hate to walk into Dis-Chem or Clicks or any of those nutrition places and try and find a program that would cover what I've come to understand is necessary. It's very difficult, even with what I do know now. But with something like the Pro Vitality, with something like the protein shakes and the combinations of those amino acids, all of those things are very, very important to make sure that we're getting and consistently able to get and be as healthy as we possibly can, so that right the way from top to toe, we are getting what we need. Our brains are functioning, our eyes are, the carotenoids are beneficial for the eye. The omega is beneficial for the eye, just to assist in making sure that, things don't deteriorate as we get older. The young guys probably not too fussed about that sort of thing, but as we get older, it is important, very, very important that we are getting all that we need. And, what I've said now is nothing over the top. There is nothing here that is a fad, part of a fad diet, or some strange thing that has come along. This just makes solid physiological sense. Provide the body with what it needs, and it will serve you very well. It will be as well as it possibly can be. And by adding those things, like particularly exercise. You know, the old adage of what you don't use, you lose. It's exactly the same with every organ in the body. And so, yes, use your mind, use your eyes, use your muscles. All of those are vitally, vitally important. And I mean, I guess, concentrated a little bit on the pro-vitality, but, you know, there's so many other things that are of benefit there. I've talked about, joint issues, perhaps with the omega-3 helping as far as that is concerned. But I also know that our full motion, the glucosamine, and the herbs and minerals that go in there are of vital benefit in helping to prevent joint issues. And, you know, that's a simple thing. And if there's someone on the call who doesn't know about that, then perhaps just ask the person who invited them to come onto it. But, you know, we haven't even got into the sort of things around the COVID issues that we can help ourselves with. Vitamin D, for instance, vitamin D that is in the CalMag. And, you know, men also become osteoporotic and need calcium and magnesium in order to maintain the strength of their bones. Men go through the menopause. It just takes 20 years. You know, it's a long process. It doesn't happen overnight, you know, in a short, relatively short space as it happens with ladies. And we need to be aware of it, and that we can protect ourselves against those things. So, you know, there's so much there, and in 30 minutes I've, you know, just tried to condense it. But as I say, if you can get any one of either yourself, your family, your friends, starting to use something as simple as that Pro-Vitality with protein, you are doing them a huge favor. You are, and then encourage them to exercise and just by doing those things, you'll find that their attitudes that Rory was talking about at the beginning will improve. And, you know, we are all in a situation where we are stressed. Things are uncertain. And we can make a difference for that. And I truly believe that good nutritional supplementation makes a difference in our way of life. Thanks, Rory.
Thanks, Barry. That's tremendous. Thanks very much indeed, Barry. Wonderful stuff. Thank you, Barry. You know, your contribution here to the training tonight, the information, your passion about nutrition is so evident. And I want to thank you for your ongoing contribution you do towards the team, and the knowledge that you shared tonight is life-saving in instances for people. So, you know, take what Barry's given you and apply it to yourself, your family, because it will make a definite difference to the quality of life that you're going to live in the future. Thanks, Barry. That's absolutely wonderful. So just in closing, you know, on this program, obviously they're mothers as well, but generally we, as fathers and grandfathers, we all have tremendous responsibility to make sure that we provide for our loved ones and our families. Okay, that's our responsibility as husbands and fathers and grandfathers. So the stability of our family is very, very important. Now, a question I would like to ask, and I'd like you to ask it for, yourself, is what you're currently doing in life. It's providing an income, but is it giving you what I call a residual income? In other words, an income for life. Are you earning a salary or are you earning a residual income? That is so important, because if you decide to build a near-life business, you can actually create a stream of income, a residual stream of income that can go on for your lifetime as an income and go on generation upon generation. For instance, if something had to happen to you tonight, would your wife have a consistent income? You know, the beautiful thing about Neolife is your wife can be part of this business, and whether you are present or not, she can continue to earn income through Neolife. And I've seen it happen in so many families. In fact, one of the unique parts about Neolife is the fact that Neolife has families 3 generations deep now who've joined the business and passed it on to the next generation and passed it on to the next generation. I'll be so rash to say that Neolife, if you take this seriously and build a large network, it will become the greatest asset you own. There are many of us who have a great asset in Neolife. Okay, so, you know, I believe in today's world, network marketing is what I call the biggest wealth opportunity you'll find. It is so special because it allows you to get into business, and it allows you to build a huge stream of income, and there's zero risk attached to that. And so it's really good. And, you know, never before at any time have so many people needed what we have to offer. And so it's never been a better time to build. And that's exactly why Neolife is actually growing each month, because of this need, necessity, product, and business opportunity that we offer. So I would suggest tonight, investigate it further by getting back to the person who invited you onto this talk this evening and get your questions answered. Because make a constructive decision to become part of this business, part of this Neolife family. And, you know, the exciting thing is not only will you start to earn income, but you will start to make impact on the lives of so many people, your family, your immediate family, and generations to come. So use your life so that it makes an impact on other people's lives. For things to change in life, you've got to change. And that's the difficult part. We've got to almost have the courage. In fact, we've got to have the courage to step out of our little comfort zone, what we know and understand, and almost reinvent ourselves by trying something new and something different. And Neolife is an opportunity that I believe will change the destiny of your family and generations to come of your family. So please make that decision, get the egos out of the way, get back to the person who sponsored you this evening, get the information, get your questions answered, get online, and you can log on to the company tonight. For an investment under R1,000, you get your kit, your website, all the tools of trade that you need, and tremendous support like we've given you tonight to build an effective e-commerce business. The time has never been better, and I just hope and pray that you've got the courage to give it a go and try it for yourself. So I want to thank you for your time. Dr. B, I want to thank you for your great input that you always give to our team. The knowledge you shared tonight, absolutely fantastic, and just so simple and straight to the point. So thank you very much. And for all of our guests tonight and our distributors, welcome, and just have a good evening. And thank you for joining us. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Barry and Rory.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Lovely having you with us. Thanks, Barry. That's Nathan. Hello, Nathan. Good to see you, buddy.
Fine. Fine.
Shiggy. Welcome, Shiggy. Okay,
Thank you.
so nice to have Fatima. Welcome. Fantastic.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rory.
Pleasure. Pleasure, June.
Keep well.
You too.